Welcome back. Now we are going to take a look at step 2, and I'm going to try to make this one a little shorter than the last video. Hopefully it'll be still helpful though. So looking at step 2, finding your evidence. This is where you dig through the book and you find those examples. You've probably done a little bit of digging already because you had to think about what your theme was going to be, and by looking at the evidence you're like, oh, look at that pattern, here's my theme. So now what you want to do is, I just want to explain, make sure that you understand what these 3 boxes, what they're for, because if you really focus on that, then you should be in pretty good shape for the rest of it. So let's take a look. You've got a scene, a quote, and then 1 to 2 sentences explaining how your scene quote proves your claim. So these are the main chunks of a body paragraph. What it's missing is a topic sentence that says what it's supposed to prove, but we can add that in when we get to the outline next. So we're focusing on just finding the meat that we're going to use. So in this example from Romeo and Juliet, we start off with a scene that's just going on. Even though he has been moping about Rosaline since the beginning of the play, Romeo allows Mercutio and Benvolio to talk him into crashing the Capulet's party. There he sees Juliet and falls instantly in love with her. So that is, we're setting up the scene, right? He's in love with Rosaline, fine, Benvolio, I'll go to the party. And then we move into the quote, which is still part of the scene that I've been setting up here. The quote is just one more part of it. The only difference is in quotation marks to show that these are now words from the play, or in your case, the novel. So there he sees Juliet and instantly falls in love with her. Did my heart love till now, forswear its sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night. And then that's from Act 1, Scene 5, lines 59 to 60. In yours, you would cite it Lee 15. So it would look like this. Whatever the page number is, Lee 25, period. Period goes after the citation. It's not Harper Lee, it's not Lee page number, it's just Lee and the number, okay? We're not worried about integrating the quotes right now. We're going to worry about that at the very last stage. We're just building in the raw evidence. So we've got the scene that happens, we've got the quote, and then the last part of that is, what does it show? So in this case, Romeo just does a complete turnaround the moment he sees Juliet. This shows that when true love hits, there is no turning back. So just in case we didn't get the point, remember in our example from Romeo and Juliet, we're looking at this idea that true love is a force that cannot be controlled. So all of our Romeo and Juliet evidence is focused on proving that point, that true love can't be controlled. So then this scene is a scene where Romeo can't control it because love is more powerful than he is. So it's his turnaround the moment he sees Juliet, boom, we're good. So you do that 3 times. Fill in this box with 1 scene and end quote, this box with 1 scene and quote, and this box with a 3rd scene and quote. Does the quote have to be dialogue? Do they have to be speaking? No, they don't. As long as it's word for word taken from the book, it can be dialogue or it can be just action. Like maybe there's an action that they're doing, and part of that, you start just telling your story of the scene, and then you find that quote that's a perfect part to carry the story on, but just in the words of Harper Lee, and you quote that part. The quote is word for word what the book says, and whether they're doing something or saying something doesn't matter. Either one works fine. Okay, so you guys have until April 8th to get this part done. This is by far the heaviest lifting. It's the part where you have to dig through the book and really come up with your evidence. Once you've done this, you've got all the hard stuff done, and it's just putting it all together. But this is the last part of like finding the blocks. Good job. It's gonna be good. I'm saying good job. Like, I don't know. I'm sure you're gonna do a good job. All right, until next time.